What's going on, guys? Welcome back to more Alliance of Illusionary Eyes, the Tsukihime Plus disc. Man, I feel bad seeing the article in the morning newspaper. A single man found dead and dismantled. The victim is Nakayama Minato, working for Hashido Transportation. Hashido Transportation is the place where all employees wear bright yellow uniforms. It's not specified in the article, but his arm and leg must be missing if he was found dismantled. Jeez, this is how things end up after I do my best after parting with that CL Akira girl. But to be on the newspaper already, I wonder if Akira-chan is reading it. I feel sorry for her if she did. I should break it to her as gently as I can. But that must mean the first one is yet to be found. I guess the second one was killed much more quickly. It's meaningless to think about it. I throw away the morning newspaper I picked up earlier and walk to a payphone. I call the hotel and have them connect me to room 2 on the 11th floor. Oh, Akira-chan? I'm nearby. Can you come out? I can buy you lunch. So also, guys, just so you know, this is going to be recording in 60 frames a second now. You guys are going to get to see the visual novels in 60 frames. The reason for that is because I found out recently that I can actually stream in 60 frames a second. And like I said, I will be trying to stream more on my YouTube channel. I don't know what it is. Like, I might just stream more Neo, because streaming directly from the PS4 is kind of an issue sometimes, because it just loses connection because I'm streaming through the Wi-Fi. So I felt like it would probably be easier if I streamed it through OBS. It's going to be, hopefully, I'm going to try to stream it in 60 frames too. But I might have to upgrade my Elgato in order to do that to the 60 frames a second Elgato. Because I just have the regular Elgato, and it cannot stream in 60, or can't really even record in 60, so I feel like it might be time to upgrade to that. But yeah, enough about updates. It's been a while since I played this game, and I only got through the first day. Unfortunately, with this game, you cannot really, there is no menu. If you right-click here, nothing happens. There's no menu to save or anything like that. This is just all one thing. And you have to just go back through everything in order to get back to the point where you were at. So I couldn't even do like the control trick where I just held down control and like fast forwarded through everything. I just had to keep clicking through all the text to get back to the point where I was at. But we are finally back, and we might finish this today. We might not. I guess we will. We shall see. Seo Akira comes right away. She looks like she wasn't able to sleep well last night. Good morning, Shiki-san. It's charming how she greets me energetically in spite of that. Let's walk for a bit. I'm the one who invited you, so I'll treat you to something good. Oh, yes, thank you. She must have loved the cake from yesterday, as she looks up at me with eyes full of expectation. Well, I'll treat her to a big Japanese meal befitting that expectation. Going to Cafe Anarby again. Yep, I fucking knew it again. We end our meal and go to the same cafe as yesterday. When we first sat down, Akira-chan said, "Hot pots sure are good on a cold day." She didn't seem to like the idea at first, but it seems she likes the angler pot. Well, now that I've calmed down, I should tell her about the news I found out this morning. But it's not good to just come out and tell her the future she saw came true. I should talk to her a bit more and have her relax. Akira-chan, can I ask you something? Okay. Are you going to ask me on a date, senpai? Actually, you don't have to ask me like that every time since you're much older than me. Really? Then let me ask you, what do you think about your eyes? Don't you find it a nuisance? Akira-chan looks at me in blank amazement. I do find it unpleasant at times, but I never thought of it as a nuisance. This has been part of me since I was little. I do get depressed when I see bad things, but I can change the future if it's a bad one, right? So I think they have their benefits. I see. You see someone's past as a memory and use it to forecast the future. But the past is only a variable used to calculate the future, so you can't visually see the past unless it's something really recent. So that must mean you can't take a peek at the future without being affected by the person's past. That's ideal. The future is only a result you get from adding the past and the present. So to see someone else's future, you have to have a thorough knowledge of that person's past and present. To calculate something as the future, you have to know them as much as you know your own life. But there are inconveniences that come with knowing that much about someone's past or present. Like the privacy of the one who was seen. Like the change in values for the one who saw it. Shiki-san? What do you mean by that? Huh? Oh, you heard me? I was just thinking what would happen if you could only see the past. Your eyes are conveniently made so that you only see the future, but I'm thinking how terrible it must be for those who can only see the past. This is an example, but let's say you want to live in a foreign country. But you can't do that if you want to protect your current environment. So let's say you see the past of someone who used to live in a foreign country. Well, I guess it's like mixing up your past with someone else's. So the person who saw the past feels like they've actually experienced it, think that it's nothing hard, and have no problem with moving to a foreign country. Leaving everything like your house and friends behind? Yes, we shut ourselves up in our set of circumstances, a specific environment to protect those circumstances. Everyone wants to go on an adventure, and anyone could go on an adventure if they wanted to, but we can't, and we don't. We create our own environment. Naturally, it has to be an environment where it's easy for us to live in. Nobody wants to leave that comfortable environment and go on an adventure that's not easy for them. We're like creatures that run in a circular racetrack, feeding off of such things as dreams, freedom, and romance. See, it's like a horse with a carrot hanging in front of him. But there are people who would jump over the fence and go out of the racetrack that they were circling around in. The people who can see the past and the killer you saw corresponds to those people. A creature that got away from the group has to die. No living thing can multiply by itself, right? Not being able to multiply means it doesn't exist anymore. But there's no meaning in multiplying in the first place. It might be the case that living things are more beautiful when they get away from the group and die a lonesome death. God damn, Shiki, getting into some fucking deep philosophical shit with a middle school girl who doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about. Akira-chan gives me an absent-minded response. Oh, I've gotten off the main topic. Well, speaking of the killer, you didn't read the newspaper this morning, did you? Oh, no, I'm sorry. It said that they found a dead man last night. He was found dismembered, and he's from that company that wears yellow uniforms like you said. Shaking the table, Akira-chan stands up. Her face gets red as she starts to shake. It seems like she wants to say something but can't find the words. Sit down. We can't say it's for sure since there wasn't a photo. It's a bad way to put it, but we should wait and see since the cops aren't stupid. The only crime where they didn't find the criminal are the ones where no one even knew a crime was committed. That's the only definition of a perfect crime. That's right. As long as it had been reported as a crime, the killer will be caught. I can't say anything about when that will occur, though. Sit down. You're not responsible for this. The one at fault is the one who did this, so there's no reason to blame yourself. You shouldn't be mistaken about that. Look, if it's a crime not to be able to stop it when you know about it, everyone who's watching the news about the murder would be guilty. She just stands there silently. After a while, she reluctantly sits back down. Phew. I wouldn't have been able to come back to this place if you kept on standing. That's true, but you sure say scary things. Huh? Well, what do you mean by scary things? It's nothing. But I certainly think that you're right. Akira-chan continues to murmur while looking down. Shiki-san, why did the person I saw commit murder? That's troubling. I couldn't tell you that. Well, if I have to answer, I think it's like a sexual urge. What the fuck? Well, that is kind of true, because when Shiki was possessed, or when Shiki saw through the eyes of the killer in Tsukihime, he felt he felt the sexual urges. He actually felt hard while he was killing people. I remember specifically when he killed Arkwade, he was like, oh yeah, the sexual thrill. Sexual urge? Her face turns bright red. She's depressed, but it hasn't changed the fact that she gets embarrassed easily. But it might be the case that the killer had to commit murder to save someone. I think there are actions that you don't want to do but have to. I'm sure there are. Everyone has their reasons. But when it comes down to life and death, it'll come down to sexual urges. What makes us human is our ability to build things. For everything other than that, we're only animals. For animals, life and death is nothing but their instincts. First of all, human reason won't function when we decide whether to kill or not. We're made that way. It's only natural, right? Because we wouldn't be able to kill if we used our reason and thought about it rationally. Well, I don't know about that. I don't want to invoke Godwin's law here, but Adolf Hitler. You're given the chance to kill him, and you have the perfect opportunity to. I mean, would you kill him or not? I think killing somebody like him is fairly fucking reasonable, considering what he's done and who he is. No matter what cause we might have for it, during that moment, our reason no longer controls our actions. But for the most part, that is pretty true. But I also kind of think it's not, because there are people who it's completely rational that they should probably die because they're a menace or a threat to society, or they're just a parasite. There are many reasons why somebody, many actually rational reasons why somebody should probably, somebody probably deserves death, considering they might have done some pretty fucked up things. or just are just a threat to society and benefited in no way possible. You know, I mean, in that regard, I think killing someone like that is fairly rational. I'm sorry. I think that was a little cynical. I've experienced something like this before, so I'm blunt about death. But, Akira-chan, there are many reasons for people to kill, but I think it all results from a desire to change yourself. For example, let's say you have this person you really detest. If he's alive, I can only detest. I don't want that. It's unpleasant. So to change into a person that does not detest, I will kill him. The reason for my detest. See, even in this case, the reason is just wanting to change. Yeah, I guess he was referring to what I was talking about earlier. I don't think that's entirely true, but I guess that's a good point. Is that so? That's only an excuse. If you want to change, you should find other ways to do so. I nod. Akira-chan's argument is natural. First of all, nobody will choose the last resort of murder unless they run out of ways to change themselves. But what you're saying is right. I wouldn't know, but the world around him must change after he has killed someone. To borrow your words, the environment you live in that you've worked so hard to create is destroyed by that one action. I smile since I'm so happy. This girl is really smart. I think to myself that I'd love her from the bottom of my heart if she was my sister. Okay. Incest. Incest. I part with Shio Akira just like yesterday. It seems she's scared, so I told her not to leave her hotel. Well, the third one is a woman with no special features, huh? I don't know if that's easy to find or hard to find. I'd say the latter. The woman with no special features, like, what does that even mean? That's incredibly vague in the first place. I scratch my head. It'll be hard to find it'll be hard to find the third woman with just that information, but Akira-chan won't be staying at the hotel forever. I should respond to her expectation as quickly as possible. What does that mean? Expectation? I guess him finding the killer? Oh, God. Look, if it's a crime not to be able to stop it when you know about it, everyone who's watching the news about the murder would be guilty. Those words make me think Shiki-san is a scary person. No, more strict than scary. I think lots of people will see the news of someone getting killed and sympathize, but they'll forget about it the next day. Even if they do remember it, it makes no difference to the fact that they're only watching if all they do is sympathizing. I think Shiki-san was saying that you should act on it if you know about something, regardless of it being the future or the past. So that means, it's like he's saying we are meaningless creatures that just exist, as we just watch the news and don't do anything about what we find out. That's pretty true. A lot of people watch the news and they're like, oh, somebody else died today. Oh, well, you know. I mean, I'll be completely honest, that's kind of how I see it. It's like somebody got murdered again. When I wake up, it's already past noon. Since I couldn't fall asleep until dawn, my body wants more sleep. I have to read the newspaper. I rub my sleepy eyes and use the room service to order breakfast and a newspaper. I sip on the coffee of the hotel. Shiki-san thinks I prefer tea, but I actually prefer coffee, and look through the newspaper. My kind of woman. As expected, I find an article on the third person. It just says some woman without any special features has been killed in her home. It'd be funny if the paper actually... It actually says, oh, a woman without any special features. A very unremarkable person was killed, you know, who cares? I don't have any proof, but I understand she must be the third person. Oh, the phone's ringing. I pick up the phone absentmindedly. The hotel employee tells me I have a call from Tonoshiki, so I have him connect me. Oh, I'm finally able to reach you. Good morning, Akira-chan. Or, well, good afternoon. I know it's sudden, but can you come out? Shiki-san says this just like yesterday. And now we're getting it from Akira's perspective, I guess. It's almost 4 o'clock when I get to the cafe. Shiki-san is waiting at the usual spot, so I bow to him and sit across from him. I guess you saw the newspaper, judging from your appearance. Yes. Do you think that was it as well, Shiki-san? Yeah, but I don't know. It looks like a separate case with that information. Shiki-san sounds displeased. He didn't seem that concerned yesterday, but as one would expect, he's not calm today. Are you angry, Shiki-san? Yeah. He nods and lets out a big sigh. Jeez, what's up with that small article? There was only 2 lines even though someone got killed. You can't tell who got killed, nor how she was killed. Do you think this case is unrelated? I don't think so, but you can't tell, right? Jeez, I bet they're controlling the information since it's just like the murder yesterday. We won't know what really happened like this. Shiki-san? So what will you do now? I don't think there will be any more victims now. That may be true, but you want to catch the killer, right? I nod. It's not a sense of justice or anything, I just think a killer shouldn't be on the loose. I see, but this is troubling. You know this man with the knife as a piece of information, but I don't know anything about him. I can't even picture it in my head when you tell me what you saw. I'm out of ideas now. I have something to say about that. Shiki-san, I can't tell him that he'll be killed by this boy with a knife. First of all, that's only the most likely future, so its precedence can go down with trivial things. What about me? I'm thinking about walking through town to look for him. I'm selfishly thinking that it'll be reassuring if you can come with me. Shiki-san snaps his fingers. You're right, we should do that. I think I can be of help to you that way. Oh, I'm glad you said so, but we probably won't find him. It's unlikely that we'll find him just by searching through town. But we can't say it won't happen. No matter how small the chance may be, it's not zero. It won't end until you give up. Saying this happily, Shiki-san gets up. Well, we should get a move on. Let's go search through town while there are lots of people around. So it's just like Tsukihime. We're running around town searching for a killer. Except this time it's just not a vampire killer. At least I don't think it is. Plot twist, it actually is. We walk through the main streets for 3 hours, but don't find anything useful. Shiki-san doesn't complain and even bought me a hot drink when I got cold. It's almost time for dinner. Do you have anything you want to eat? Huh? Something I want to eat? To be honest, his suggestion is very timely as I haven't eaten anything since I woke up at noon. We went to a restaurant yesterday, so a more lighthearted place might be good this time. Shiki-san stops and starts to ponder. I'll stay quiet. At times like these, Shiki-san usually makes a better decision than I can. Oh, then. I noticed 2 people walking together across the street. A person that looks like a teacher at my school and the boy are walking together. I can't really tell since they're so far away. I can't make them out exactly, but there's no doubt about it. Huh? What's wrong, Akira-chan? Shiki-san, that person. I point at the boy. After looking at where I'm pointing, he freezes. He has glasses on, but he... What about him? He's the one that was stabbing you. Huh? Shiki-san looks at me with surprise. Oh no, I swore I wouldn't tell him about that, but I was so spaced out. Akira-chan? What do you mean he's going to stab me? I saw it. You two were facing each other with knives. That's why I called you to warn you not to walk around at night. Call me? Shiki-san nods as if he gets it now. I see. I guess that's a possibility as well. Jeez, I thought we could be friends since that was the last thing you saw. I see. The future you see sure is ambiguous. With that, Shiki-san grabs hard at my shoulder. I know who the killer is now. He's my sensei. Aw, shit. Let's get away from here now. We're going to the school where I attend, okay? Shiki-san catches a cab. I follow Shiki-san into the cab. I told Shiki-san that being at school at night is dangerous. He must have something planned to go there in spite of that. It's just like the dream. Huh? I feel dizzy after getting out of the taxi. What annoys me is that the name of the school sends a chill through me. We're here. Shiki-san walks to the school and opens the lock on the gate, a padlock. This way. He takes my hand and goes onto the school grounds. No way. I know this place. Shiki-san. My voice is trembling. Shiki-san hasn't faced me since he started pulling me by the hand. What? He replies bluntly. The realization of my stupidity slams into the back of my head. Shiki-san, can I ask you something? What? This is a high school, right? But didn't you just say you attend here? I did. Is that strange? It is strange, because, you're much older than me, right? Yeah. I'll turn 22 this year. Oh, shit. Man, this must be a while after Tsukihime. I think he was 17 in Tsukihime? God damn. Oh, I see. You're a teacher here, Shiki-san? No. Do you think that's possible? Wait. I guess he attended here because he's 22. That also conflicts with the information we know from the main game, because doesn't Shiki not have very long to live after the events of Tsukihime? How the fuck can he be 22? That just doesn't add up with anything, unless this is not canon. But again, anything according to Nasu is canon, so I guess it is. No, that's not possible. So Akira-chan, I'm neither a student nor a teacher here, but it's true that Tonoshiki attends this school. Who are you? Who knows? Well, it's certain that I'm not Tonoshiki himself. What the fuck? What? Who the fuck is he? With that, he turns around. He looks inorganic, like he has a mask on. Jeez, I take it back. I really take it back. Damn it, why did I think he was like a cute dog or a wolf? No matter how I look at him, he's just like a mantis. A mantis? Oh, I try to get away while he's still holding my hand, but he won't let go, and he has a knife in his other hand. Not just a normal knife, but a dreadful knife made by that Smith and something company. Smith and Wesson? Why? My voice is shaking. I can't move. I know I should scream and kick him, but my body's just cowering, because I probably would be dead if that knife moves for me. I think I understand what those people in movies with a gun pointed to their head feel like. Why? Yeah, I really wonder why. I wanted to part with you today, but it seems like I'll be stabbed by Shiki-kun if I don't do anything. You're the only connection between Shiki-kun and I, so I have to kill you, right? His grip on me tightens. He's not in any hurry as he inches me closer to him. I struggle, but it has no effect. Jeez, that's why I told you to keep this a secret from Tono Akiha. I guess there's nothing that can be trusted less than a girl's promise. Oh, he's pulling me in. He's really scary. Don't look like that. First of all, it's half your fault for ending up like this. I told you, right? If someone just committed murder, here's someone calling them a murderer, they won't leave you be. But that murder hasn't been committed yet. At the time, not the second nor the third one, I killed the first girl about an hour before I met you. I got curious, so I heard you out, and it turned out I was to kill 2 more. So I searched for people that matched your description and killed them. It's not that your prediction was correct. I made your prediction come true, but I guess that's one kind of precognition. Bam! He pulls me hard and I land on his chest. Don't move too much. You feel that knife on your neck, right? It'll be terrible if you move. It'll be hard to hide blood that spills out from the corroded artery. Huh? I gulp. I feel a sharp pain, so I bet my skin is a bit scratched already. What else should I tell you? Oh yeah, I just want to make it clear that I haven't been tricking you. I believe that you can see the future, and it's also true that I have special eyes. Unlike you, I see people's pasts. Well, the term see is not correct. I empathize with them, so it might be close to that of mental induction. Well, that's why I knew about Tonoshiki. Oh, it seems he twisted my arm and has me pinned against the wall. It was exactly a month ago. It all started when I accidentally saw Shiki-kun on the same street as you and I saw his past. The past he experienced was so great that it caused me to lock myself up in a room for a while. I also knew about the incident that happened in the hotel you're staying at. He was the lone survivor there. How should I put this? I guess it was destiny that we met. I found out how to do it, and it was simple to change it. That's why it's so great now. The meaningless world now looks so meaningful. His knife moved down from my neck to my chest. Well, goodbye. Your future wouldn't have been like this if you consulted the real Tonoshiki. The knife moves. I have to run away, but I can't take my eyes off the knife. The knife is pushed down into my chest. Well, I bet it would have ended like this anyway, even with the real Tonoshiki. He's an abnormal person just like me. Who the fuck is this? That's what I want to know. The knife thrusts, after a dry sound. Hey now, how about you stop saying all those weird things, alright? I hear a voice. He's holding his own hand and looking around. The knife's not in his hand, and it seems he's looking for it. And I see a boy with glasses standing there. The boy has a knife in his hand, and no matter how I look at him, he's the boy with the knife that I saw. What? I crumble onto the ground with the wall still behind me. I heard the whole story. Are you the person that imitated me? He doesn't answer. The boy with the knife, no, the real Shiki-san, watches him in silence. Geez, it was such a bother. Thanks to you, Senpai has been keeping a watch over me the past few days. How will you take responsibility for me getting treated badly since she thought I was the killer? Shiki-san complains. His voice is just like the mind-blowing one I heard when I called Tono Senpai's house. So, what are you planning to do? Are you going to give yourself up to the cops or keep going? If you want to continue, I don't think the person hiding in the dark will forgive you. The branches make a sound. Come to think of it, I don't think it was Shiki-san that smacked his knife away. Are you kidding me? He picks up his knife from the ground. He's not looking at me anymore. It seems he only sees Shiki-san now. You're saying that? When you've dismantled more human beings than me? I don't recollect killing any human beings. If it seemed that way to you, that's your problem. With that, Shiki-san takes a step towards him. Hold on! Aren't we of the same kind? It was meaningless for us to live. You realize that we're only running this predetermined race, right? That's why I escaped from the race. You showed me how to do it. Death is required to be reborn, but it's meaningless to die. So, murder is the way to overturn your values while you still live, right? You're the one who made me realize that's the easiest way. I see. You grew bored of living? Of course! What's fun about continuing to just multiply and build things? There isn't a clear goal nor an end, but they grow meaninglessly. See, don't you think that's weird? Humans have been turning that meaningless wheel for hundreds of years. There's no meaning in life. I can't be with the idiots that consume everything without noticing that. We should exterminate such greedy animals. What is that? What good can come of that? Shiki-san murmurs angrily. Hey, I don't want to tell you something so obvious, but if you hated this world so much, why didn't you just kill yourself? You said murder is the easiest method, but isn't suicide a much easier way to quit this predetermined race? What? But you can't, right? That's why all you could do was take it out on others. Life's not fun. Life's meaningless. How pitiful. You're the one living meaninglessly. You lived for tens of years, but you couldn't find anything worthwhile? Another step. With knife in hand, Shiki-san comes towards us. You blamed it on others, and on top of that, you killed to change your values? What a terrible insult. There's nothing for the people killed by you. What? I'm not pitiful. The world has changed. That's why I feel so alive right now. See? My body is straining and full of life right now. That just means you're a coward. You're scared now that you've killed people, right? You're just worried that you can't return to the fun place that you believed wasn't fun. Jeez, why do I have to tell you something so obvious? Your world hasn't changed at all. It just ended. Shiki-san touches his glasses. Without a sound, he takes them off. It's hard to breathe. Within the dark night, Shiki-san's eyes are growing blue. It's so scary that it makes me think that even if I was killed, it couldn't be helped. Hold on. He is looking at Shiki-san like he's looking at a lover. What the fuck? Alright, I understand. I have to live to atone for my sins. So, it seems he wants to say not to kill him. Yeah, I can't kill you if your goal is to atone for your sins. Shiki-san stops. The man smiles and grips his knife harder. Then, for you, I'm a killer, right? And a killer doesn't have human morals like letting a criminal atone for his sins. What? Ah! After a light footstep pushing off the ground, Shiki-san's knife flows through the air and past his attacker. A light swinging sound. After that, the man falls to the ground. Shiki-san lets out a sigh of relief and puts his glasses back on. Well, that was a little bit too easy. The killer lies motionless on the ground. But he's not dead. I can tell that he's only unconscious. Actually, I knew that Shiki-san didn't have any intention to kill from the start. Akira-chan? He sounds hesitant. His voice makes my heart jump so much I almost fall. You're Shio Akira-chan, right? I heard from Akiha. Shiki-san reaches out his hand to me. Oh, yes, excuse me. I take Shiki-san's hand and stand back up. Still shocked from what just happened. My legs are a little weak. I can't stand up straight, so I grab onto Shiki-san's arm. Man, this is so embarrassing. I can't speak clearly right now, so I shake my head. I want to say I'm alright. I don't want to see the man on the ground. I'm confused since I've never hugged a man before. Anyway, everything in my head is pure chaos. Yeah. Shall we go somewhere else? He must have guessed what I wanted to say as he starts to walk with my hand in his. Can we leave him like that? Yeah, Senpai should take care of him. With that, Shiki-san walks towards the gate. So CL is still helping him out. I don't know what route this is actually a follow-up to. I guess this is just in general like a follow-up to the game. And like that, it all ended so simply. Actually, I bet most of the things that are going to happen to me will be simple like this one. Shiki-san didn't try to ask me anything, but I have something I don't understand and want to ask him. Shiki-san, were you looking for me? Shiki-san nods. I don't get it even more now. Why? I only called you once, and it was a one-sided call that sounded like a prank, so why? That call did sound like a prank, but your voice was so serious, I couldn't just ignore you, so I wanted to hear you out. Well, I didn't expect that it would lead me to the killer I was searching for since yesterday. He sounds embarrassed. Yeah, I didn't think that the other Shiki really looked that much like Shiki either. Well, I'll walk you home. You're staying at the hotel in the neighboring town, right? Oh. Right when I try to answer with a yes, my stomach growls cutely, or so I want to believe. Stupid me. What am I doing, feeling relieved and forgetting that I'm hungry? Shiki-san looks troubled, and... Alright, let's go eat something. I'll treat you to something as a bribe not to talk about this. He says something that makes me happy. Oh, hold on. Before that, Shiki-san takes out his wallet and opens it. I'm astonished when I look in out of curiosity. It's amazing how old his wallet is, but I think it's more amazing that there's only 500 yen coins in there. Do you like stall soba? He murmurs weakly. I thought so. I knew girls didn't like stall soba. I frantically think of what I should say. I can't say, I have more money, so I'll treat you. But I can't find anything good to say, so for some reason. I love soba. I actually said that? Oh. I can feel my face turning red. Shiki-san looks dumbfounded. Oh, then follow me. He sounds happy as he starts to walk. I suppress my feelings of joy as I follow him. Well, New Year's Eve is soon. It might be good to eat soba on a night like this. Huh? Then, I'm assailed by the familiar dizziness as I continue to stare at Shiki-san's back. Within my twirling vision, I see a happy illusion that I'm with Tono-senpai, Shiki-san, and some people I don't know. Akira-chan? Oh, I'm coming. I answer as I start to run up to him. I see. A lot has happened, but an encounter like this is possible, right? After catching up to Shiki-san, I clap in prayer to Shiki-san's back. I pray my final wish of the year. Well, Shiki-san, it looks like I'll be causing you lots of trouble, but please give me your best regards. So what, is she now a part of the harem? So Shiel is now officially a part of the harem. Well, that was definitely interesting, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And I guess next we'll be getting to the Getchas. Getcha 1, Getcha 2, and then the Kinoko's Masterpiece Experimental Theater. So until then, I will see you all later.